we're headed to my favorite store in the entire city of Chicago, Hyde Park Produce, and I'm gonna get me some vegetables to make me salads. You guys know that Shanquise is on a summer salad kick where basically he eats a salad every single day. I am joining him. I prefer kale, and I don't like kale in the bags, and so I'm gonna get me a bushel of kale. And I still also prefer picking this up on a weekly, bi-weekly basis versus picking it up for a full month shops. But I want to get you guys some groceries, so let's get into the store. I'm gonna believe this, but Honeycrisp apples are $1.29 a pound, so I'm gonna get enough to eat an apple a day and enough to probably make like a Honeycrisp dessert or something like that. Oh, looks amazing. Look at that. Compared to the size of my hand. This is one of the main reasons I came, because they have all these herbs, and instead of you getting that container where you end up wasting at least half the herbs, you can just get as many as you want. And I'm gonna make some red beans, so I'm gonna get some rosemary, I'm gonna get some thyme, and I believe this is basil, and some basil. Let them know. This is about, I'm doing about a 1 bag of red beans, so this is about how much time I'm gonna get. Look at this rosemary. Oh, it smells so good. This is about how much rosemary I'm gonna get. Is it basil? You know, I think I'm so used to using dry basil that fresh basil is like so uncommon for me. This smells so good, but I'm so used to using dry basil. A yellow onion in my red beans and rice. I'm gonna get a red onion for my salads, but I prefer a yellow onion. These are massive today. Let's see if we can find a small one. Look how big that onion is. Huge. Huge. I'm not trying to touch everybody's onions, but and I don't know. Okay, what is the difference between the Vidalia and the Spanish onion? I don't know, but the Spanish onion is much smaller, and I don't want to waste it, but I don't know if that's going to change the flavor too much. I'm just going to risk it. I'm going to risk it, so that way I'm not wasteful. And let me get me a little. This produce just looks scrumdiddlyumptious. Don't you just want to bite into that? Like, it's so good. Sweet potato puree for my baby girl. When I'm making sweet potato puree for my baby girl, I'm gonna come in and get these little few sweet potatoes. 3 pounds, which grapes just don't last very long. Okay, I'm gonna get that many. Let's see how much that is. Yep, it's 2.5, almost 3 pounds. I'm gonna get some of this bread. I have some that's fresh right now that I'm using, but I'll put this in the freezer. Home, we don't have very much of like a meal prep, because it's mostly just fruits. But these 4 apples I'm turning into my apple crisp. So I'm actually going to leave these 4 apples out because they're going to become an apple crisp, and I just want to make sure that I remember that I want to turn them into an apple crisp versus just eating them, because I cannot believe I got these Honeycrisp apples. Let me see, where's my receipt? Hopefully I can find my receipt. healthy. And then these apples are gonna be the apples that we eat. I actually brought home a lot more plastic today than what I wanted. I have some of this bread already that I'm munching on, but this is like my favorite bread. And I prefer it in this shape. The bread that I have right now, it's like the wider ones. It's the same bread, but one is just like wider. You guys see that? I hope you can see that. And I prefer when it's sliced thin like this versus when it's like wide like this. Anywho though, I'm gonna put this in the freezer. So then that way, then like a week and a half, I don't necessarily have to go back and get more bread. That's why this is gonna be a really easy putting away. All these herbs, I'm actually gonna make my red beans today so we can have those to snack on for the week. I'm gonna clean up this kale. What is this down here? Oh, have my onions. I need to find better storage for my produce because now that I'm not having the, what is it, food aversions and the super sensitivity to smell, I can now have fruits and vegetables out without having a very terrible reaction to it. And so I need to find different storage places for my food because I'm shopping and with fresh stuff again, and I want to have this stuff out. Like these onions, I would have never, oh, this one smells really good. Okay, Spanish onion. Oh, I would have never been able to have these out and like with the food aversions that I had. But since I'm in a space where I can, I actually need to put myself together and get some sort of storage solution. And because I'm working on the kitchen, I need to, in terms of interior design, I need to find some storage solutions there too. And then these are just my sweet potatoes, which go down here. You know, maybe I'll go thrifting today. I'm feeling pretty good because I need some baskets. I need some baskets for my sweet potatoes and I need some baskets for my russet potatoes. Yeah, I might do that. Need some little cute, you know, just some little cute baskets. But these are gonna go down here. Since we don't have much meal prep, let's just do a quick little overview of what's happening in the freezer. We have a little bit of frozen mixed vegetables, which my fiance loves these frozen mixed vegetables. I prefer fresh veggies, but he loves them. He makes like a stir fry. So we have those. These are just like ice packs. I'm gonna leave that up there. Have some beef burgers, some beef stew chunks, a couple of things of ground beef, some chicken, salmon, and then couscous. So I'll probably do an Instacart order. So this is the door here at the top. Eventually what I want to have here is all of the things for my protein shake. So this is just some frozen kale. I've been working on a kale protein smoothie concoction. I haven't mastered it just yet, but once I figure it out, I'm gonna put all those ingredients up here. And then down here, this is just the chocolate berry protein shake that I have every morning for baby girl Jackson. And then this is some chili. I am starting to prepare for postpartum, and I'm trying to figure out what are the ways that I want to store freezer meals. So even if you think about like here in the refrigerator where this ice packed stuff isn't here, a lot of frozen things were there, like these containers were like over here like this. And because I'm trying to figure out how are we going to organize this so I can get freezer meals in here so that way I can have savory, good, delicious things that are homemade to eat during that first 3 months of postpartum. And ideally, I would like for this whole top shelf to be postpartum prepared things. And so I say that to say this container is a small container of chili. What I have figured out, because what I was doing before, this is more than what you guys asked for, but what I was doing before was freezing them in Ziploc bags and just laying them flat. And I don't like it because they end up tasting freezer burn or like Ziploc bags. And I'm like, I don't like it. So I'm like, okay, I can freeze them in glass. But when I freeze them in glass, then, you know, the risk of it breaking, technically it won't break as long as I leave enough air in there, but it also, there's a little bit less storage. So somebody said these chef pantry plastic containers are really good. So I'm gonna try this chili prepared in this. I may get the silicone cubes. I'm not 100% for sure, but this is something that I'm gonna figure out before postpartum because I want to have the flavors that I like to eat postpartum, especially since I'm going to be nursing and I want to be able to grab and go. Like, I just want to be able to do that. But that's what's in the freezer. Okay, then this is what we have going on in the refrigerator. These are the salad jars that I'm making, which if you want to see the recipe for this, I have it on TikTok. These are some kale salads. I'm gonna actually eat that in a second. A little bit of Trader Joe's tea and lemonade. The apple juice that I use to mix into my protein shake, some water, a couple of salad bags. These are the salads. This is my fiance's preferred salad, but a couple of salad blends. We have some apples right here. Here's some leftover pinto beans. That is a little bit of lettuce that I'm gonna mix in with the salads. I have some ham hocks here to use for the red beans that I'm gonna make, and then some onions right there, and then all this down here is cheese because somebody in this house really likes cheese. Over on the door, can you guys see the door? Okay. Over on the door is just condiments, dressing that I love. I love this and a lemon vinaigrette. My fiance loves this. He douses his protein shakes. He douses his salads in this. The newest thing that I've recently found that I love, you guys know I love ginger beer. This Goya is quickly becoming my favorite. I don't know if you guys know, but like a lot of times when I'm doing my beans, I use the Goya beans. They're so good. This ginger beer is so good. So good. I've been talking about how I've been trying to get my electrolytes back. This is something that I've been taking. It is disgusting, but it helps. And when I talked to my OBGYN at our last appointment, she told me to just start, because I was only taking like, I don't know, 2 or 3 sips of it at a time. And so she was just like, just start pouring those 2 or 3 sips into water and diluting it when I'm taking it. That's that. And yeah, I think that's it. So I will prep this kale and some of this fruit and get this put away.